My name's Angelo, and welcome to We Want Picks. Myself and Danny Boy are here with Glover Teixeira, and Glover is fighting in 2 weeks. Your second crack at a title, this time against Jan Blachowicz. How excited are you to be going to Abu Dhabi? First of all, have you been there yet?
Yeah, man, how you doing? Yes, I never been there. Never been there. It's exciting, man. Training is great. 2 weeks out, and this is Dan. He is a fighter as well. That Dan is gonna come to this time is the best time. Oh man, the last now he's decreased the training a little bit right there in the last stretch for the big fight.
The hard work is done. Right now, it's just maintain, stay healthy, keep the weight down. Right.
Yeah.
Real quick, hey, before we get into all the fighting stuff, so the Abu Dhabi flight, are you going straight to Dubai or are you going straight to Abu Dhabi?
I don't know. Ingrid.
Ingrid?
I don't know, man. Ingrid does that, whatever the best time is. We leaving Wednesday, and man, it's understand. I don't worry about those things. Those little things that if you start worrying about it, it's too fuck this, fuck that. You bring just a negative thing to the camp. Just
right.
If I have to get mad, I just get mad that day. You know what I mean? I was like, what? We have to do a 4-stop before we get there. What the fuck?
Dan, are you going?
I'm planning to go. My passport expired in COVID. I didn't even realize it because I haven't been traveling internationally. But so then I was going to send away whatever 1-800 fast passport, wherever those sites are. But I read that all of them are backed up right now. They're like, if you send it, doesn't matter what service you use, you'll pay $500. And to have it there in a week, you'll never get it. So the Miami consulate is right like an hour away from me. They said the best way to do it, book your ticket, show up there 3 days before so you have urgent travel, and then you'll get it there on the spot. So that's my plan. And I'm going to make it there one way or another. Otherwise, I don't know if you got by boat, how long it would take to get there, or
It's going to be an expensive ticket if you're waiting till the last minute.
Man. I can talk to Dan and say, Dan, my boy Dan Cram, he's also a former UFC fighter. And he's gonna say, you already make a lot of money in pay-per-view with him. Let's go get him a private jet.
I'll go with the luggage, whatever. It don't matter. Tell him I'm still on the wall somewhere in the Ultimate Fighter house.
I don't
even know if they still have that, or not the house, the gym.
I think so. The PI, the PI, man. They have a bunch of pictures. The Ultimate Fighters Day, Yeah, okay. I saw you pitch a couple. I don't know where. I don't know if it's the PI or was the other one that they do the fights. The other building. What's it called? The other building.
Apex.
Apex. Yeah. One of them.
I still haven't been there yet. I want to go to. They're doing those events now with fans, right?
Crowd. Yeah.
Small one.
That's the best, man. So easy. So easy. You go over there.
Right.
Vegas area, it's so much better.
Dude, when your fight was the build-up, I was waiting for them to announce it. I'm like, man, I hope to God it's in the U.S. Anywhere, Vegas would be awesome. I was like, anywhere in the U.S. And I'm like, even if it's Europe, London, that'd be cool. Abu Dhabi. Literally one of the hardest places to get to. But they have a direct flight from Miami, I found out, about Emirates, which is supposedly the most unbelievable airline in the world. So hopefully all this last minute stuff works out and I can get on. I'm going to book a flight on Emirates, I think. So we'll see.
Yeah, hopefully that works out for you, Danny boy. I'm not thinking that's going to do well for you.
You don't want to come? Now you've motivated.
No way my wife.
Now we can make a bet on it. Then I'll get there no matter what.
Hey, it's good fights tonight. I think Bader fighting Corey Anderson. I didn't even know that until a couple minutes ago. Kyle just told me. I was like, what? I was like, oh, okay. I'll watch that fight. And I'll watch UFC 2.
Yeah. They're going head to head tonight, I think, right? Time slots. I think it's like they're
No,
normally
UFC's on right now. Bellator's tonight, so they won't be head-to-head.
They won't be head-to-head with the main events? Okay.
No. So, Glover, I got a few questions from fans. So I told the fans we're going to tell you talking to Glover, and I got some questions. So let me read off some questions for you. So the first one is from MN. He says, how do you maintain your body and athleticism at this stage in your career? It seems like it's a young man's game, and you're literally getting stronger and more powerful every fight.
Yeah. Thanks, man. What's his name?
MN. I don't know his real name.
Thank you. Good MN. All right. MNN, huh? MN. Yeah, thank you, man. I don't know, man. Just training, focus on recovery more now. You know, I train hard my whole life, so when I slow down a little bit, I still train hard. Like I'm just training. Like people say, I say it all the time, like, oh, I'm not training like I used to. And even my students say, how the hell you used to train back then? Because, bro, we train hard every day. You know what I mean? We train hard every day. We're working hard every day. I push every day. But, you know, those things, man, I've been focused more on my sleep. More, I did ice bath every day, you know, sauna, doing more stuff there, like searching, and you know the PI helps too. You know, go with the science a little bit. What the science say, you know, supplement here, diet here, because if you add those things up, man, it's like, oh, ice bath can help you 1% in your performance, so maybe, you know, 0.5%, but you know, but the sauna help another 1%, and the diet another 3%, and this, you know, it adds up, man. Pretty soon your performance is like this, you know, 42 years old, fighting better, feeling better than I was, to be honest, 9 years ago, 10 years ago, because it's like just the way the lifestyle was, man. I'm always tired. Off campus to be worse.
It's funny you say that, because like I think back on the days when we were training, like literally in my mind I was like, oh, there's no such thing as overtraining. Those guys are just, they're weak-minded. Like there's no such thing as overtraining. But there definitely is. And I think I told Angelo the story. The best I ever felt in a fight, I got sick 3 weeks out, forced me to do nothing for like 2 weeks. Felt better than the week of the fight. You know, you're not doing much. The best I ever felt in a fight, because I had all that rest leading up to it.
Yeah, man. You know, you recover, man. The thing is, like, hardworking people. You know, then you hard work yourself, you know, but like, you know, you always think you need to do more. You say, I didn't, like we're not allowed ourselves to train one time a day, you know, and be like, oh, you know, it's Monday, I train one time. Yeah, I take a day off yesterday. I train one time today. Remember, we used to make fun of those guys. Those guys like, oh, you know, I'm taking off, you know, but we met some guys that's like, oh, you know, I take Saturday and Sunday off, and you know, it's Monday, I'm just gonna take it easy today. I say, yeah.
Remember, I still remember too, as you started getting more realizing like the rest helped, you came down the floor to help me for one of my camps, and you were telling me, you're like, bro, like, relax, your fight is in a week, so you're trying to do 2-3 a days, like one hard session, that's it. And it paid off. But I remember in my mind at the time, I was like, I don't know, I should be doing more. But that's not always the way, right?
Yeah, no, and guys like that, and that's not being like, you know, it's good that I can help. I just say to a guy over here, they come to train with us, Angel, he's gonna fight LFA next Friday. You know, he come train. He's Alex friend. I trained with him before. He's very good, 185. You know, but like I told him, he had 3 rounds with Alex Pereira on Friday. Thursday. So he got 3 rounds with him. Hard, you know, hard spar, like, you know, going takedowns, getting up, you know, punching, and with Alex, man, he was dead tired. He was like, oh my god, that was a good training, man. You know, him and Alex go at it, and then he come at night and say, oh, I'm gonna do some jiu-jitsu. And I say, bro, you fight next week. Come on, take it easy, man. Rest.
There's no reason.
So he needed to hear that, right? He listened. He looked at me. He wanted to take off, but he felt bad. You know, by taking off. His body was dead tired, and then he told me, "Oh man, Glover." Next day he's like, "Glover, thank you. Oh my God, I sleep so much better. I train so much better on Friday. But I needed to hear, from a guy that experienced,
Yeah. Hey, you know what I'm just thinking, Angelo? We were talking about it before I don't know if we clicked live or not, but, went into where it's not edited out. But, like, just so everyone can connect the dots here. So, like, we're all from the same area of Connecticut. We grew up there. I grew up there. Angelo grew up there. Glover moved there. It was probably 2001?
99.
99, okay. So Glover and I started training together at the War Memorial in Danbury, Connecticut back in like 2000 probably, right? Yeah. And he's the reason why I ended up going full-time after the UFC, trying out for the Ultimate Fighter. He was the guy that, like, helped me get there. He invited me out to train with Chuck Liddell out in California when I knew nothing. I drove out there with my buddy. I was eating McDonald's on the way. I thought because I ordered the grilled chicken sandwich, it was good instead of, like, I knew nothing. And he brought me out there and taught me a bunch. And I spent the summer there. I was like, all right, this is what I want to do. So, and then Angelo has managed us and people we know over the years. So, for everybody who doesn't know, that's kind of how the whole thing came together. And Glover, I can already tell, I'm going to go into some stories of when I showed up in California. It's all good.
It's all, I say it's go a long time. Yeah, you're right. I know you guys forever. Angelo, we used to work out. Luigi, the only guy I used to love to wrestle because it was only him that wrestled. I mean, Bill was start with the wrestling, but when Bill started coming, he bring a couple wrestlers. I was not into wrestling too much. I wanted just jiu-jitsu. I knew nothing about jiu-jitsu. So, but then Angelo was a guy. Then I, went to California. First time I said, I got to wrestle. I got to learn how to wrestle and then when I come to Luigi, nobody wrestle, And then Angelo was the guy that used to wrestle all the time. And Angelo, he was not a fighter. He's, he's managing. He's like, oh, okay, I have to wrestle you. Okay, let's go. But I remember a funny story when you say you talk about the bad diet you had. I remember I give you peanut butter and jelly, and we went to do conditioning.
The peanut butter protein shake was like 6 scoops of peanut butter. He was doing like that was when before CrossFit was really popular. John was doing CrossFit workouts. Yeah. So he had me doing like, squat thrusts and just stuff that I had never done before. And I wasn't in shape. That's the real fact of the matter. But
I feel like, my peanut butter shake is like, it's like scoops, like ice cream scoop, like 4 scoops of protein in there.
So I'm trying to do these squat thrusts. And man, I'm just like, all I taste is peanut butter. I'm starting to get. He's like, hey, you all right? I was like, bro, what's up with that peanut butter? I came this close to throwing up everywhere. He's like, you want to be done? I was like, no, I got to finish the workout. But man, that was, yeah.
Bro, that's the worst. You know why? Like, that's the worst because if I do that to you right now, or if you go in and work out and you feel sick, you're like, bro, I'm good. I'm not gonna do it. But back then you thinking. I remember too. When I start training with Chuck, like I can't do the workout, but you're thinking I'm not gonna be pushing me. I'm gonna finish it. Whatever he tells, but like you feel sick, and you're like you wanted to do it, man, bro. That's the worst thing in the world.
The first time I sparred ever was at the parking lot at the track. Remember? You were. Yeah. If you watched me on The Ultimate Fighter, I didn't have a lot of skills technique-wise, but I would hang on. And he was just hit me in the body, punch me, jab me in the nose. I'm like bleeding, like snot all over the face, coming forward.
Fighting with UFC gloves.
Yes, yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, so you mentioned that we wrestled. You've trained with Dan. So this next question is from an anonymous person.
Oh,
they said, who would win in a grappling match between Angelo and Dan, and why is it Angelo?
Don't fall for the bait, Glover. I said, don't fall for the bait. Me and Angelo have a little wager going on here.
Let me explain. This is what happened, Glover. Dan said that he could beat me in a wrestling match. I said, okay, then let's wrestle. If you think you beat me in a wrestling match. Then he started to think about it, and he realized there's no way I'm going to beat Angelo in a wrestling match. So then he changed it to a grappling match with submissions. So who do you think is going to win, me or Dan? Grappling match with submission, no punches, no cage for his takedown defense. Open mat.
Well, hold on. Let me just give the real version of the story. So I don't even think it started as a wrestling match, but I said I'll beat him in a wrestling match too. But he wanted to do like 1 minute round, 1 minute round
match, 2 minute rounds. I
mean, whatever. So, anyways, submission match.
Hey, this is a betting place, man. Let's bet some money on it. You know.
Yeah.
You guys, I trained with Dan. When were you here, Dan? 3 months ago, 2 months ago?
Yeah, a couple months ago.
You know, he's still in pretty good shape. I haven't trained with you in a while. For sure, you are a better wrestler, better technique. Dan is Dan is hard to take down, man.
He's got those hits.
Dan is very hard to take down, especially if he's a fence on it.
No, that's no fence. We specifically said no fence.
Angelo, do us a favor first before he answers. Stand up, walk to the back of the room, and come back. We just want to see your physique, which is how in shape you are.
Who?
And Angelo, just before you answer, I just want you to get the real picture of what's going on here.
I know. I like to see you guys match up, man. But I have to put my money on Dan. Sorry, Angelo. I have to put my money on Dan, man. I train with Dan. I haven't trained with you for years, and I haven't heard anyone that train with you. So I don't know.
It's been a while. I think the last time I saw you, I was coaching at a wrestling tournament in Danbury, and you were there.
Yeah.
I'll give you credit for the first time publicly. Straight wrestling match. I would
there's no way you could beat me in a straight.
I would tire you out. That's how it would happen. But you're right.
I'm a professional at
yeah, you got to plan, man. Hey, but like I said, got to be a 5-minute match. You know, got to be a 5-minute grappling match. You guys have to do it, man.
I said no time limit.
No, we're not. We can't do it. We can't do. We need a time limit.
I said we'll do no time limit, and I'm gonna not submit you, and I'm just gonna keep moving and moving for as long as I can until he gets sick and throws up.
Next time we'll figure out when we'll both be in Connecticut. We'll do it at Glover's gym, and he'll ref. Although I don't know if I can.
That's how we'll do it. Yes, that's a good idea.
Hey, next year when you stay here, Dan, you're gonna stay it again.
Yeah, for sure.
That was funny, man. That was a fun time.
Yeah, every August we're gonna go get the place on Candlewood, hang out.
We have Justin and Austin go at it too.
Yeah, we'll have the whole crew go.
Just line up a bunch of hooligans to.
We got to do the wrestling on day one then, because by the end of the trip, it's not gonna be pretty.
All right, I have a real question now. Brett Vigil said, after losing 2 of your first 4 professional fights, what changed that you went on a 20-fight win streak after that?
Oh, wow, I remember this.
Oh, man, this is like I was so excited and wanted to go so fast. You know, we trained with Memorial Dan, nobody over there was really experienced in MMA, man. You know, my coach, Valerio at the time, he's amazing judo guy, amazing person, professor, but he's not doing MMA, and I didn't know. I was just training with Greg, Dan. We rode with Dan, but Dan was like 16 years old, but then Greg and Greg, and I keep asking him, hey man, I want to fight, and Greg called WEC, and 6 months later I was fighting. I lost that fight. Nothing changed, man. Just not being hold my anxiety, not being stupid anymore, and say, I gotta train my ass off. So you can see my record there, 2002. That's when I first started training. And then my next fight was 2004. I got some. Then I won. I think my record was 2-2. I was True. I didn't lose 2 in a row. I won the second fight. I think I won the third fight, and I lost the fourth fight. I was 2-2 for a while there. But yeah,
Didn't you fight one of John's guys, one of Chuck's training partners? I think one of the losses, right? I forget his name.
Yeah, the first one, the first fight. That's when I met John.
Ed Herman.
So I met Chuck, and he's a Division I wrestling, and he was trained with Chuck Liddell. He was going toe to toe with Chuck, and wrestling. Eric was really good at wrestling. He was black belt from John Hackeman, and yeah, I went over there. I actually take him down. He even say he's my good friend now. He's my good friend. I see him all the time. Every time I go to California. But Eric, he's like, you shoot. I didn't think of defending. I just want to punch. I start punching the rib, bah, because he was a great wrestler. He's a Division I Cal Poly wrestler, and black belt from John, but he had no fight experience either, the adrenaline, everything. So I take him to the air, take him down, start ground and pound, but he get up and then, man, second round was all over. I was dead tired. He just mounted me, ground and pound, but that's when John wanted to train with me to say, hey man, you got a lot of heart. I wanted to coach you, I want to teach you, I want to help you out. If you want to come down one day,
That's kind of what opened up the door, right? That fight, meeting John, right? And then
yeah, man. Things like in life, the way it happens, you never realize like the way you ever think about it, like things happens, like maybe if I win that fight, he'd probably be like, hey man, I'm not even gonna talk with that guy,
Right.
that guy just beat my guy. I'm not even, but like I lost it, and he showed that I have no skills, no experience, no skills, and I just tough guy. And he like, hey, you want to train with? And I was like, of course, man. Chuck Liddell at that time was like already big,
Yeah. It's crazy how that opened up the door, right? Like, you're right. Like, if that went a different path, who knows?
Who knows, man? But then you never know. Like people say all the time, every now and then, people, in life generally, like, why this happened here? It's like they don't know just chill, man, relax. That's the main thing that I change to in my camps is this. Just relax, because you anxiety and think about it and want to control something, and we control nothing, man. And ahead, 5 years, 10 years ahead, then like what happened, oh shit, that's why, it's like.
Boy, and you're definitely one of the most positive people I've met. Always in a good mood, always positive. And it's obviously, it helps you through life, because you could just stomp around being angry all the time, but instead, good mood, you say yes to everything.
Because I'm stressed, but my stress, I'll let it go right there, man. I'll let it go right there. If I'm stressing in the gym with some guys, the fight team, my kids, they cleaning up the gym sometime, I'm stressing out right there, man. Like, I talk. I say, you motherfuckers, if you don't like, you can leave, man. I'm not here to. But like, and done. That's why you always see me, hey, man, positive or angry, but my anger is there. I don't go holding, oh, this guy did this, and I just go home and then do write 20 pages on Facebook or Instagram and telling a video. Hey guys, today I have a very big experience. Those guys didn't clean up the gym, and bullshit there. You have to dress it out right there,
we always laugh about that, right? Because we're like, I don't even know if me and you really argue. I'm sure we had disagreements over the years, but like, right then it's done, and that night or that day, next day we have coffee, hang out, like no problem, no drama, we just talk about it. It'd be done.
Yeah, of course we have disagreement, but like it's not like, man, no, I like you from the first time because of that, because you're not a guy that like you don't. Oh, I don't think so. Like it's not a guy like they're always gonna be like, oh yeah, so yes, it's true, man. I have so many people. You do too. you know, people that agree with you, but at the end of the day, they really not. You know, they really not doing right. Oh, hey, Dan, you should not train so much. And you be like in front of me, like, yes, I think so. And then you're like, hey, yeah, that fucking guy, man, always like telling me what to do, you know. Then you tell the guy right there, man, say, man, listen, I like to train a lot, you know. And or you say, you know what, you're right, man. I'm just gonna take a step back and
right. Be upfront, right? Yeah, that's one of the big things.
be there. You're like, no, I wanted to do this. You know, in your fights, you take responsibility. Hey, like this guy's Alex. He's been here in my house. He's been training with us now. Man, he take responsibility. He take that responsibility. Say, what do you want to do, man? It's not that guy that like, what do you think I should do? You know, like you like, hey, man, I wanted to work out 10 in the morning tomorrow. You know, day of the fight. Then I don't usually do that. And you're like, yeah, I like it. I like to do that warm up. Hey, man, that's it. Let's go. You fighting. You take that responsibility. What you want to do, what's gonna make you feel good, because later you cannot point a finger and say, oh, I did that because he told me to keep my hands down. He's the one that told me to walk in with the hands down. You know.
Like you said, though, you realize that 5 years later, you know, I just still think of the first UFC fight at the MGM. I was like, even the day of the week of the fight, I was like, I still have to work hard. I was running sprints on the treadmill. And Conan came over. He's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "I don't know. Clay Guida's down there running sprints. I figured I should run sprints."
Hey, man. You see,
but he does it. It works for him, but definitely probably shouldn't have been doing that.
Yeah, you know.
Well, that's fine. Even Anthony Smith said he hopes you win the belt because they just need more positivity in the world, and you as a champion with your positivity. And honestly, when I read that quote, I was like, yeah, positive guy. That just good energy across the board.
Yeah, no, Anthony, man, he's also amazing guy, man. Anthony is like legit, you know. You guys got to bring him over here. You know? Yeah,
would love to. Dude, you got to think about that too. I tell all my friends and family that because the people are getting in the UFC now, like, you know, it's every year, it feels like every month it's getting more popular. So people are asking me about it. They're like, oh, Glover's fighting. And just the whole story, right? Like, this is your second title shot. Most people never get one. You're getting two. Well, hold on. I know your birthday's coming up, so I don't want to age you just yet. You're 41 still.
42, yeah, we're 42 by the time. I fight.
But like, think about that. So many people get title shots, right? A lot of it's because of their skills. A lot of it's because of the way the talk, the hype. Like, you've gotten everything you've gotten because you've earned it by fighting. Stayed humble the whole time. You don't have to do the theatrics. Like, that's a rare thing these days. So it's pretty cool. And I always tell people how awesome that is because you don't see it that much, right? There's guys who get put to the back because they don't talk.
Hey, man. Sometimes I think I should talk some shit, you know, because it's to be honest, I feel like the guys are doing just, you know, because they know it's easier road, it's a little shortcut, and it is, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Right,
you know?
right.
It's nothing wrong with that. If you you know, you gotta back it up. You know, you gotta back it up. Then you'll be successful. If you don't back it up, you'll be like it's a risk, man. It's a risk, you know. It's a risk that you take because if you don't back it up, you'll be looking like a douchebag. You know what I mean? Like, what is this guy? Like a clown, really. Right. Like a clown, really. You know, I look some guys that talk shit and they go over there and they fight. It doesn't matter, win or lose. You know, like you know, Kobe Covington, he talks shit. You know, he goes over there, he put a fight, man. Right. That kid can fight. You know what I mean? And do I like or not like what he talk about? I'm talking about in general fan. You know, it doesn't matter because the guy can fight. Right. The guy can go over there fight. You know, like he fought one of the best in the world and the best of the best. You know, Kamaru Usman is like, bro, and he did a great fight. He's gonna fight him again. But if you don't back it up, you know, you look like you know, you just gotta know how good you are. You know, you gotta be like, hey man, I'm really good. I can do this. You know, because if you suck and you start talking shit, you look like a clown to everybody. I believe.
What's funny about Colby is because I trained with him for a lot of years at ATT. When he was there for the first few years, he was a quiet, hardworking, nice, normal guy. Didn't say much, competitive as hell, but nothing that you see now. And he made a very calculated decision. After a couple fights, he kept winning, but he was winning, wrestling fights. And I think, without giving too many details, somebody basically told him, like, hey, listen, you're boring. You're not going to get a chance, and you're not going to fight for a title. It doesn't matter how many fights you win. And then after that, he went to Rio, I think, and fought
Damian Maia
in Brazil and did that whole thing where everybody went nuts. And since then, he's taken it like – he's taking it,
to the next level,
to the next level. But let's be honest, it's gotten him I mean, the skills got him the title shots, but the theatrics got him there faster.
Yeah.
3 fights of that, he was making big money. So there is a part of that where it helps. It's just, I don't know.
It's like a shortcut, like you say. The skills you have to have it, but then, hey, man, a little talk of it. It's not my personality, to be honest. I'm chill. I like, things, man. I'm like very relaxed. My mind, I want to be, chill. So I'm not like I want to be talking and see the way it was to get in this Instagram, and I don't like to be looking at that and look what's going on. I'm just I'm just going and fight, and yes, and it worked for me too. I'm over here getting a title shot. I'm getting beating this guy up and be a champion of the world at 42, man. Because, like you say, just humble and fight my ass off, For 10 years, almost 10 years now in UFC, I had a problem going to Brazil at 28 years old, 27 years old. I got called, man. When I beat Sokujo.
Right.
Pride people wants to contract me, UFC. Dana White shake my hand and then say to me, "What a beautiful fight." Dana White used to walk around back then, and those little shows like a contender that he do now. He used to go on the shows like kind of high people, And Chuck had a good relationship with him. Say, "Hey man, this is my guy. This is my jiu-jitsu guy." Chuck sit next to him and say, "Hey, that's my jiu-jitsu guy. He helped me with my jiu-jitsu. Watch, he's going to fight right now." And then I knock, that fight, I knocked Sakujo out. And then I was like, "That you jiu-jitsu guy? I want to sign him now." And then he come to me and I say, "Get your situation straight now." And we get in UFC. That was 2007.
Yeah.
That fight was 2007, I was, man, like coming up. Hey, nothing, man. Do I regret? I regret I crossed the Mexican border illegally. Yes, man. You got to pay the bill, Whatever you do in life, you got to pay the bill. And I pay. I did pay. I had to go to Brazil 2012. That's when I start UFC. 5 years later. That was my penalty. That's what I paid. And, hey.
It's crazy.
I mean, it is a crazy road because I remember you were training and then you had that fight. That was your big chance. I said, well, get your visa sorted out. And then you had to leave the country, left everything you just built for 5 years. You fought like crazy and then finally got the call and you were able to come back and restart. So that must have been a really hard 5 years, but you fought Rico Rodriguez in that 5 years. Like you had a bunch of fights. That was your 20-fight win streak right there. And you fought some legends.
Yeah.
You know what's funny, Glover? I still remember the Sokuju fight because nobody knew him really before that. And then after you beat him, like I remember that fight.
You knocked all those people out in Pride and got super famous.
He beat
and then everybody looked at Glover.
Like 2 fights in a row, he beat good guys, and all of a sudden he became fast track and was like, man, Glover just knocked that guy out. Yeah. And that was 2007. You're right.
Yeah, the guy, man, but Dan, like me and you, we're good over here, man. Like all of you guys over there, how we live our life. This is good for the podcast, telling people how we always like Dan. I remember Dan walking around for a fight, man. Like in the beginning there, I was already in the UFC. I just had a sign. I just come back from Brazil. I signed with the UFC. I got a couple fights in. You know, I was helping them for a fight, and he's like, "Fuck, if I win this fight, I have to win this fight. If I lose this fight, the money that I'm getting, I'm gonna owe my credit card." You know, and
yeah.
you know,
I was like, man, if I win this, I'll be able to pay off my credit card and my student loans, and I'll have a little bit of cash left over. I'm like, I'll be good. I gotta win this one.
Yeah.
Yep. I think I won. So at that point,
You won
Debt
that
free
fight.
next time.
then the next one, you know, since I'm like was so responsible, I just took the money and bought a Jeep.
That fight you KO the guy. It was here in Connecticut. One of you KO.
Oh, with the knees.
Yeah, the overhand.
Right hand.
Oh, Perry Filkins.
No, no, I'm not Perry Filkins. I can't think.
Oh, right hand, right.
The overhand rights. Yeah, there's a couple in a row.
Yes.
Joe Lamoureux, right? Yeah, that's.
Yeah. Swampy Joe Yeah. That was his nickname, not mine. Alexandre has a couple questions here. He said, "What was the conversation you had with Anthony Smith during that fight? Do you remember?" Because you guys were talking in the middle of the fight.
Yeah, a couple times, you know, because no crowd. I think was the first event. Oh, yes, first week of the event. Yeah, and
it was
when we come back from the pandemic. Yeah, so no crowd. It was all weird, you know, and a lot of people, and the corners was talking, and I think the conversation started like in the second or third round when the coach say jab, we'll use that jab. So he jabbed, and I blocked it, you know. But his corner was behind me. I blocked it, but make that sound like pop, you know, because I blocked it, and the guy said, "Yes, he won." I say, and I look at him. I was like, "No, he didn't." And Anthony started laughing, you know. And he's like, "Yeah, it's true." So. Then we start talking a little bit in the ground there when he took his teeth and give it to the referee. I thought he called the referee. I kind of stopped to see, like, you know, I don't know. I mean, it's like instinct over there, stop, because he's calling the referee. So I say, you know, he's gonna stop. He's gonna say, you know, he got injury or something, because, and then he's like, my tooth, and I was like, whoa, you know what I mean? I was like, hey, sorry, Anthony, but this is part of the job, man. He's like, hey, it is what it is.
Right.
Yeah, that was crazy, and you're right. It was because there was no fans, so you could hear everything, and even the microphones could pick up what you guys were saying, where it normally wouldn't. His second question was, if you win the belt, how long do you plan on defending it? So are you going to fight many more years, or like, you know, this is the dream, you hit it, and you're good?
I just live in the moment now, man. I'm living in this moment. I'm living. I'm trying to, you know. Of course, it comes to the mind, but reality is like whatever we're planning too much, taking too much time planning with this or that is. Of course, I'm gonna win the title. I'm gonna fight again. That's the plan right now, you know.
Yeah,
that's the plan that I have right now, because I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying the camp. You know, the fact that I put more time in recovery, know that this is a big fight. You know, this is my job, and I don't have to do anything else, and only focus on this. You know, like if I was going camp, I'm in my house, but I only focus on this. I don't have to go out at all. I train, I come home, and boom, I stay home. Yeah. I don't go out nowhere. Nobody call me, you know, because I already told you, know, my friends know. My friends already know. You guys in Florida, I didn't have to tell you guys.
Lucky for you, we're in Florida.
Hey, but I told my friends, say, hey, man, let me tell you this. If you call me to go in your kid's birthday or any of those little things that people like to friends to go, you don't want me to win my belt, so you're not my friend. So
if you want me to wish your kid a happy birthday, that means you don't want me to win my fight.
Yeah.
Well, you know, the kid's birthday is what they turn into. They turn into the drink. Like by the end of the night, is drinking, eating, hanging out. You know.
But I'm just saying, you know, like all those little things. Hey, Glove, come down, come there, come here. It's a guy over here wants to meet you. You know, those things take energy, you know. But because of that, I train much happier. I feel much happier training. I just want to keep going, man. I don't know. I don't. To be honest, man, I am good where I am right now. My gym is good, you know. My gym is doing a good job. Uh, I live simple. I bought this house when I fought John John. I didn't change the house. I'm not a guy, so I'm all set, man. If I retire after this fight, I I, I think I'll be good. I'll be good living good lifestyle that I live now, you know. And but you know, I love this. I love it.
Yeah.
You know, winning the belt, man. For sure, I'm gonna defend that belt. You know, you know, like some people say, you're not a champion until you defend it.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm
So
just thinking
basically,
too
you're
back
gonna
to one
do
of
it
the
as
earlier questions, Angelo, about the in between the fights. And Glover, you'll be able to speak to it but I remember at one point in between fights, and I did this a lot too. We'd eat, we'd drink, we'd get really heavy, and I think you made after the Phil Davis fight, right? You said, "All right, in between fights, I can't do that with my weight anymore." And I don't think I've seen you get up to where you used to in the past. Ever since then, you used to get
Yeah,
up to 250, right? Like,
yeah. Beautiful fight too. I mean, a beautiful fight after that. I fought Phil Davis. You watch. Go over there, watch the tape. Watch Fight Pass. Watch Phil Davis fight. Watch the fight after that. Watch the body. Watch my body the way it was. Watch the movements. Watch the fight, and you see, holy shit, the difference. You know,
right,
um, because I fought Phil Davis and I fought Over Simperu the next fight. You know,
right,
so I change it. There's a change there. Hey man, it's one of those things. You gotta change. You gotta change what you can't doing the same thing and expecting different results, you know. You gotta change up. If it's working, it's working. Don't fix I always have that. Don't fix what's not broken, you know?
well. Remember Steve Ford, the butcher? So he was my old wrestling coach, and he used to always say, "If nothing changes, then nothing changes." So if you don't like the results and you change nothing, nothing changes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Gotta be, you know, focusing. And you know, then I had like again with my problem later on with a couple of fights. I think overtrain. You know, man, like you go in with injuries. Those sucks. You know, because you train so well, you do good, but then like you say, you didn't say that when I think you mentioned that like right then like one of the best fights. You just say that right, one of your best
yeah,
fights. You got sick. You know. But sometimes you get injury, you know, like, oh, my shoulder popped like 3 weeks before fight. And it's not something that you're going to cancel the fight, but something that, like, it's going to
It's a
bother you.
problem. Yeah.
It's going to
right.
bother you. And the skills in UFC, you can't really, I mean, with the competition in UFC, you can't really go 75% or 80%, you know?
Yeah. We have one more question and then we'll let you go. And because you just mentioned Phil Davis, the question was, who was physically stronger, Phil Davis or John Jones?
Uh, I don't know. I think John we didn't grapple too much. John was like kind of like throwing a lot of elbows, and but I did I don't know, man. Phil Davis is just like physics strong. I don't know. I know that John Jones, you know, got that better technique and better skills, and not in wrestling, of course, but you know, better skills for the fight, avoiding punches. But
You were also probably two different versions of you in both those fights. I remember you in the John Jones fight, and then you in the Phil Davis fight. Not that you weren't training for it, but like I think shape wise and
yeah,
weight cutting, all of that for both fights was a very different fight for you. I think.
different. Yeah, for sure. Like I say, for sure, I felt more tired in a few Davis fight. John
Right.
Jones, I got beat bad. You know, I cut over my eye and everything, but I didn't feel as tired. You
Right.
know, he hurt my shoulder in the first round. I was
Yeah,
more
right.
hurt.
Because he did the elbow crank there.
Yeah, I was more hurt in Jones' fight, but definitely I got more tired than a few Davis fight. But you know, maybe we should ask them for arm wrestling competition, man. You know,
Yeah.
but I think Q Dave's probably like a better wrestler, you know, definitely a better wrestler.
Right. I got two questions. One of them is just more of a story that I want to kind of laugh about with you, because last time we were all here, I think it was after you won your fight, we were celebrating, hanging out, barbecuing, and the night when late into the night we started doing Greco wrestling in the pool. Me, Glover, Steve Mocco, Ryan Quinn was there, Alex was there. We were doing round robin wrestling and that. So next time you're over, we're celebrating. We're gonna do rematches of that. But
I thought you were gonna ask who felt stronger, me or Steve?
I know the answer to that. Well, yes, I know the answer to that too.
Like, who felt stronger, me or Steve Marco? I was like, hey, Dan, you know.
How is Alex doing? He's got his fight coming up too, right? In November.
Yeah, he's fighting November 6th. He's focused, man. He's you know, he's training hard. He's training a lot of, you know, training over here with us with that style, man. Chuck Liddell style, you know, not accept the takedown, getting up right away, not like, you know, a lot of the guys that come in, they get taken down and they just pulling guard and trying to fix the guard. Oh, I'm gonna, you know, no, get up, man, get up right away. So he's doing a lot, you know, a lot of there, and he's doing much better. And man, that guy have potential because he's so strong, man. He's so strong. He's one of the strongest guy I train with. He's one of the strongest guy I train with, you know,
and
he's a 185 pounder, right? Yeah,
185. Yep.
I remember when we were training, when I was training up there with you for that day, he was hitting mitts with Fernelli, and I was like, I stopped training for a minute. I looked over, I was like, oh my, this guy is hitting so hard. Like you hear the thud, you can feel it, the power of it. And I was like, man, that guy hits hard. And then you told me after, it was like, man, he's one of the hardest hitting guys I've ever trained with.
Yeah. No, for sure. But like, no, hard. They're not the one. They won. You know.
The hardest. Wow.
I'm talking about strength. You know, I'm talking about he's one of the strength. For sure, the power is different than strength. You know.
Yeah.
Like you say, you know, Phil Davis is tremendously strong, but he doesn't have a knockout power. You know, it's different. But like, he's just both. He's physically strong, you know, and he hits so hard.
Yeah, that's amazing. I'm looking for the UFC already started with the, you know, only man to knock out Israel Adesanya in kickboxing. So he needs one or two good wins, and that's it. He'll get a shot real fast.
Yeah,
that's exciting.
Yeah, I think so.
I appreciate you coming on. Anything else, Danny boy?
No, man. I mean, I'm excited to get out there, see you fight, and celebrate afterwards. It's just, you know, long time coming.
You know, we always celebrate. You know, it doesn't matter the result. We're gonna be drunk, man.
Right.
But for sure with that belt, and you know, man, it's gonna be amazing, bro.
The good news is this time, if you win this time, well, actually, it's probably bad news because we're going to be outside of the country. Because the last time Glover fought and won, it was in Florida. So I was at the event, drinking throughout the event. Then he won. He came on. We were drinking whiskey, beer.
Good time.
So it was a rough night. I came home and, yeah, I'm not going to publicly share the video, but my Ring camera captured me coming in.
You should put that video out, man.
Yeah, one of these days I'll put it up.
I think I have that video. I'll put it out, man.
Yeah.
Hey, I got videos. If you want to play that game, we can go video for video. You got a lot more to lose before the title fight.
Well, thanks for coming on, Glover. I really appreciate it. 2 weeks, like, good luck. You deserve everything you have coming to you. So obviously we'll be watching, and hopefully Dan will get his passport sorted out and he'll be there in person.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Appreciate it, guys. You know. All right, Danny. All right, Angelo.
Bye. Thanks.
Thanks, brother. Talk to you.
See ya.
Yeah.